Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel, and here is a brand new headline from the Daily Hodl. Ripple executive says XRP community could force Ripple to burn massive crypto holdings. And so who is this Ripple executive? Well, it is none other than David Schwartz, and I'd say he's worth listening to on this because he's one of the creators of the XRP ledger, and he's a CTO at Ripple. And so I've never made a video specifically about this. I may have discussed this on the channel before. I was certainly aware of this. I'd seen David comment about this in the past, but since it's in the news and it's a fascinating topic, I thought, well, this is a great time to discuss it here. And I'll share with you my opinion on whether or not it should happen, what that might look like, and man, it would be a train wreck. There'd be some strong opinions going on there, but yes, it is technologically possible to just delete effectively all of Ripple's holdings, including what's in escrow. But before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I would definitely appreciate the support. And also, if you just so happen to be a fan of Ripple and XRP, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambeau channel. I promise that if you do, you might not regret it. We'll just have to see, Here, look, I'm not asking you to marry me here. So if you subscribe and then you just have a change of heart or you regret it, it's fine. You can get out of here. I'll be like, bah, Felicia, no big deal. It's cool, bro. All right, into the piece now. Ripple Chief Technology Officer David Schwartz says the XRP community could force Ripple to burn its massive trove of XRP holdings. Ripple owns more than half the total supply of XRP, and though the company claims it doesn't sell anywhere near enough to impact the price of the third largest cryptocurrency, it has long faced criticism for its routine sales of the asset. And that's accurate. It's a purely baseless claim in terms of the impact of Ripple's XRP sales, but indeed it's a point of contention for at least Bitcoin maximalists. But Schwartz was asked on Twitter whether the nodes, validators, and community members of the XRP ledger could cause Ripple to burn its more than $50 billion in XRP. So I'm just going to pull up the actual thread here and run through this. And so here's a tweet from David Schwartz. So this is where it begins. Improving public blockchains is like a fine wine. It takes a long time before it's ready to enjoy. Today marks a major step for ETH2. Congrats to the Ethereum community on the launch of the Beacon chain. And I don't keep up to date on Ethereum. So, I'll tell you what, there's more news typically in a day for XRP than I can handle. Because it's just a hobby that I do on the side. And I already spend a few hours on it. So I'm not keeping up with the nitty gritty, everything else that's going on with Ethereum and this and that. I catch little bits of it along the way. But I do think it's cool that David Schwartz here is he genuinely, it's clear here, he just genuinely wants the whole crypto space to do well. And it's just, I'll tell you what, maximalism, it's just like, talk about a breeding ground for toxicity. This idea that you're going to have one coin to rule them all. So anyway, I just think that David Schwartz is a shining example of how to be like a reasonable, rational adult. But anyway, somebody named Rebel Against Tyranny responded, "Weird. Bitcoin was beautiful the moment it was created. It didn't need a 2.0, but to each their own. Good luck." And as soon as I read that, I was like, okay, well, it certainly doesn't work as a peer-to-peer cash system as was designed by, stated that that was its intended purpose, as stated by Satoshi Nakamoto, inventor of Bitcoin. So, how about that Lightning Network? Huh? How about that? How's that going? But anyway, see, they're building on top of the blockchain. Either way, it's an evolution. But anyway, David Schwartz responded to that statement with the following. The Ford Model T was a technological triumph that enabled visionaries to imagine the automobile eventually replacing the horse. But the Model T didn't replace the horse. Bitcoin has to continue to evolve to avoid technological obsolescence. And then somebody named Ichor responded and wrote the following. I'm sorry, I got to take a sip of water here. All right, we're good. So anyway, somebody named Ichor responded to David Schwartz and said the following. Unrelated question. If nodes, validators, and the community at large got together and we agree that it's better for the community to burn the 50 billion XRP Ripple has in escrows. Would that be possible? And David Schwartz responded with the following. Yes, there would be nothing Ripple could do to stop that from happening. Public blockchains are very democratic. If the majority wants a rule change, there is nothing the minority can do to stop them. And so, again, clearly here, Ripple has no special permissions over the XRP ledger. And in fact, there have been amendments that were proposed and passed that Ripple was not in favor of. And so, I mean, if that doesn't prove the true decentralization of the XRP ledger, then what the hell does? And so, I don't think this is something that would ever happen. I would not be a proponent for this, because here's the thing, from my perspective, when I began 3 years ago researching Ripple and XRP, one of the things that was actually appealing to me is one of the things that Bitcoin maximalists hate about it. And it's that Ripple had a huge stake in terms of just its holdings of XRP. And so I saw that and I was like, wow, so here's a company that has all the incentive in the world to help build out the XRP ecosystem. And excuse me, and there was evidence up to that point in time, even 3 years ago, that that's the route they were actually going. You had XRapid, now known as on-demand liquidity, utilizing XRP as a bridge currency in beta format, and we knew that, though we didn't have the exact date, we knew that the production version of that would be coming out soon, and it did ultimately. In October of 2018, the production version came out. That was announced, I believe that was at Swell. And so I saw this, and I was like, holy hell, well, if they're going to... they have that much at stake. I mean, nobody has more at stake than Ripple. I was like, if they've got that much at stake, that's actually appealing to me, because that shows to me that somebody with some serious weight will do whatever they have to do to ensure the long-term viability of XRP. So that was appealing to me. I also liked that the XRP ledger was becoming more decentralized over time, and it is more decentralized today than it was even 3 years ago, and there was a promise to continue going that direction. And so having a huge supply of XRP doesn't give them any special permissions, but it does give them incentive to build out. And so I found that appealing, and Bitcoin maxis hate it, and I think that's illogical. But everybody can have their own opinion. Like, hey, diversity of thought's fine. It's just pure silliness to me. And so, look, I don't think it's ever going to happen, because who would that actually benefit? Think about that. For we here in the XRP community, we're not Bitcoin maxi trolls, right? We see that Ripple is indeed the greatest cheerleader for the XRP ecosystem. And if you were to take away their XRP holdings, you'd be removing their incentive to help do anything. Why would we ever want to do that? So that would be bad. But humans get to decide what it is that they want to do, and that's the way decentralized systems work. And look, there's always somebody in power somewhere, and in this case, it's decentralized, but should a majority arise, yeah, they've got powers. I mean, you get all sorts of abuse, whether it's a truly decentralized system like that, or if you're talking about the United States dollar as a centralized money system, still, things can happen that you personally don't like, whether it's centralized or decentralized. Things can happen that you don't like, and that's just how it's going to be in life, period. It's just the nature of this all here. And so somebody named Brendan wrote, but how would it be possible to burn coins that are locked in escrow? I was under the impression that nothing could remove them from escrow except the time lock. Great question. Michael Nardolillo, another pretty well-known, I'd say, member of the XRP community, responded and wrote, they can't be removed from escrow, but an amendment can be passed where the network changes the supply to just what's in circulation. And so, I don't think that people would want to pass it, because if you were a holder of XRP, can you imagine how scared this would make people anyway? I can't imagine that this would ever freaking happen. But if things develop in such a way that there's some sort of reason to do this, then technologically, nothing, there's nothing to stop here. I mean, if Ripple became abusive, within the XRP markets somehow, even though they don't have any special permissions over the ledger, if they were just really, really dumping XRP in a serious way to just crater the price, you see if people's opinions change, but still, I don't think like something like that would ever pass. Still, we'll see. It's an interesting topic of conversation. I think most people don't even realize that this is possible, but I don't have a problem with it. Like, that's the way that the code is written. It's perfectly fine. I'd rather have that be technologically possible than a 51% attack. Well, just my. I would love to hear what you guys think about it, but so feel free to leave a comment below. But I will go ahead and wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.